So, I think it was like a year or two ago when Netflix tried to make a live action thing of this cowboy bebop thing. So disclaimer: I'm not an anime nutso or anything. I'm just going by the show and what I remember at the time. So this gal was supposed to play one of the anime characters, and apparently she was trying to virtue signal at the time, and she kept going on and on about the character had too big of tits and her tits aren't big enough and this isn't realistic and all this woke fucking bullshit. And then she just kept doubling down, and then the show came out, and I don't remember if I even got through half the thing. I just didn't care for it, to be honest. I thought it was, from what I remember, it was, I don't know, was okay, I guess. It wasn't the best thing. It wasn't the worst thing. It was nothing. There was nothing special about it. The only thing I remember is this idiot screaming about, "Oh, her tits are too big, and we can't have big tits. All the humanity and all this." And now she's crying again about. She calls on Hollywood to do a better job when adapting anime. Yeah, she's going on about how big her tits were. Speaking from first-hand experience, Netflix live-action Cowboy Bebop star Danielle Pineda believes that Hollywood needs to start treating the popular anime IPs they've become so obsessed and adapting with the proper respect that not just the source material, but also its fans deserve. This is how it is in general. Nobody respects the IP. They come in and they just say, "Oh, well, I'll apply, said agenda to this," and then the thing dies, and then they blame the people for not watching it because they didn't respect the lore or nothing. But I don't know. I just remember this girl crying about this. Uh, Netflix live action One Piece, Marty, and reflects on failed cowboy. What we learned is that the fans are expecting you to be true to the source material. Yeah, that's the whole fucking point of it. Why even bother doing it if you're not going to respect the material? Just go make something new. But see, it's not about the material. It's about the fucking agenda. That's all it's about. It's nothing to do with the material or lore. Look at Lord of the Rings. Look at that garbage show. What's that about? This feminist idiot that all the men hate, and she's a total fucking cunt, unlikable in any way. They ruined Galadriel. Like, they have absolutely destroyed Galadriel on that. And it looks like shit on top of it. And then once again, here we go. Oh, God. Asked by the outlet as to whether or not she had any thoughts on Cowboy Bebop's swift cancellation, Netflix announced its decision just 3 weeks after it premiered. The actress asserted, "I feel like those animations, they mean so much to people and they're so personal, and I think people really connect to when they watch it and the point of their lives. And so I just feel like, and I'll say this having been in one, I think that those studios, they need to do a better job at valuing that IP. Uh, Not only that, but they need to stop hiring idiots like you who sit there and cry about big tits and all this. It's reasonable to understand that nobody's gonna have tits that big except for like a porn star or something. But this bitch was just totally ungrateful and just screaming and yelling about feminist. She's a fucking idiot. I don't know why she's doing this. Oh, maybe she got canceled after this. I don't know. Yeah, this idiot here, this guy, another loser, a fucking Kamala jerk off. Cowboy Bebop creator Shinichiro Watanabe says he was only able to stomach one scene of Netflix live action adaptation. You know, this is the other thing. Um, if it's his content and he owns it, I mean, they must have paid him. I mean, the amount of money that you'd have to be paid to just be able to destroy your own IP. I don't understand these people. Why do they let them destroy their IPs like this? If I was the guy, I would have yanked the show. Well, I wouldn't have approved it to begin with. You know, especially with this idiot. I would have, the minute I heard that, I would have just canceled the whole thing and said, nope, we're not doing this. Fuck this idiot. Game over. But no. In the end, short of either starting from square one or messingly attempting to get everything into place, the damage is already done. Thanks to such creative decisions as overly showing vicious as being abusive towards Julia or Jeddah having a wife and daughter, the series already lost sight of the core space western story that they captured the fans of the original. Yeah, I bet you think a second season would have chosen it worthy. But you had to open your mouth and scream and yell feminist bullshit. Nobody cares. Show us the tits. That's what we want. Decides to take her leave from Cowboy Bebop and Cowboy Bebop Season 1, Episode 10. Capping off her time with the direct, Pinata ultimately asked if we could take a moment to clarify her infamously aggressive video response to those critics who were unhappy with the reveal of Faith's live action appearance. So years ago when the franchise came out, it was shooting a movie in Puerto Rico and it was goofing off, and I made some. I'm not used to anyone watching my videos, and I made this dumb video kind of joking fun of myself because I was getting all those DMs from people saying, "You're terrible and you're fat, go away," just like awful messages, she explained. So I just made this video on a whim on Instagram, just joking about the fact, like, sorry guys, I'm sorry I was cast, said Pinata, and I used the words fans, and I meant to say trolls, and then I caught wind, and everybody was like, she's hating on the fans, and I was like, this is getting lost in translation. No, it was none of this was getting lost in translation, you stupid bitch. You came out and flat out attacked them and said, we need to make or what was it? No, she was saying that the tits were too big and it's not realistic, and she was trolling. That was flat out trolling. There's no misunderstanding there. Well, I think she made this or saying this because the acting roles have dried up for her ass. Nobody wants to hire some loudmouth cunt who's just trolling the fans. Anyways, fuck this bitch. Fuck that Cowboy Bebop show. That show sucked ass. This stupid bitch. I don't think it would have been any better, by the way, if she hadn't said anything. Even if she hadn't complained about the tits, the show would have sucked ass still. Because, where is it? This dude is the worst, okay? This is fucking Harold, or what is it? Harold and Kumar go to White Castle guy. This guy just sucks. He's a shit actress. And this gal, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know anything about Faye Valentine except these pictures, but I just don't think she was a good actress. Anyways, even if this wasn't Cowboy Bebop, I'd be like, this gal sucks. And then on top of it, she comes out screaming about tit size and trolling people over the tits. Anyways, how'd that work out for you, you bitch? What an idiot. Thanks for watching. Bye.